What about you? Have you made progress in caring about whether people care about you?
Listen to yourself.
Have you made progress?
Get it out.
No, I'm serious.
Have you made progress in caring about?
No, about what people think about.
About what people think about me? Yes, I have made progress. I'd be lying if I said it didn't bother me at all what people think about me, but I've made a lot of progress.
Right.
Yep.
That is, I would say,
the cycle's also shorter now.
Yes.
Oh my God, I said the wrong thing. Those people probably hate me. No, they probably don't. They probably give me the benefit of the doubt. Over.
Yes. That helps me because I think I've made similar progress in that way. I used to worry too much. And if you had asked me 10 years ago, what's one thing you would change about yourself? I would say I would very much like to not care what people think of me.
Yeah. Even today coming in, I saw Andy, then I saw Jeff Ross. Mm-hmm. And 5 years ago, I would have gone, I'm going to say hi, but they don't want to talk to me. They have stuff to do. They're annoyed they have to talk to me. They're annoyed they have to talk to me. They're annoyed they have to talk to me. And now I walk in, I'm annoyed to talk to them.
And you should be.
The shoe's really on the other foot.
You're John Mulaney now.
I'm not submitting writer packets to Jeff Ross anymore. I don't give a shit.
No. Well, first of all, you should never have been submitting writer packets to Jeff Ross. What'd you think, Jeff? Pretty good. It seems like it's typed. I was
giving them to Frank Smiley. Was that not the right guy to go to?
Frank Smiley.
Frank Smiley.
Yeah, but he shouldn't have been submitting a writer packet to him either.
I was giving them to Dan Blyer and props.
I think your approach was all wrong.
All right. That's why I didn't get the big gig.
I submitted 3 packets to that fire extinguisher.
That's why I didn't get the 6.
I don't understand what happened. What's with that fucking fire extinguisher?
The receptionist at 30 Rock, or was it 50 Rock, knew I gave her explicit instructions. These are my ideas, ma'am. Deliver them to Mr. O'Brien.
You're at a dental hygienist's office. These go to Conan O'Brien.
Do you care what people think about you less as you get older?
Yes.
Yeah.
I still care, but I care less.
Yeah.
Because I know that I'm just going to go away, crumble, turn to ash. It'll all be over.
Not. How do you really deal with it? Don't do a bit.
Don't do a bit?
Don't do a bit about how you deal with it.
How I deal with what exactly? Let's talk about it. Death or criticism?
No, how you deal with whether you think people like you or not.
Well, I've talked about this before.
I do a bit actually. This is
no. I'm. I guess what I do.
There it is. All right. Sorry, I cut you.
No. I've mentioned this a couple times before, but when I was a kid, I wrote E.B. White a letter, and he wrote me back. And in his return letter...
In a spider web he wrote it?
He wrote it in a spider web. You just had to do it, didn't you? You just had to do it.
With a goddamn pig?
This is from the guy that lectured me. Let's hear the real story, Conan, and
Let's
no
hear
bits.
The real story. I didn't say I wasn't going to do bits.
Oh, that's true. You never agreed to that.
Never.
Anyway, his response was...
What was your letter to him saying?
Well, I can only deduce that from reading his return letter because it was so many years ago. But, and since then, the E.B. White Foundation has found the letter. But anyway, he says some nice things about my letter, and then he says, as for your question, if you're concerned about criticism, you're going to have a tough go as a writer, because I was telling him I was interested in writing. And
but you wanted no criticism. I need a very long leash.
I know. I'm telling you, this is what I was worried about, was being criticized. I said, I don't handle criticism very well. I'm afraid of it. And he was basically telling me, you need to get over that. I'm going to die soon, and you're going to be a talk show host anyway. You're never going to be a writer of note.
You'll pivot away from writing as soon as you can.
As soon as you can, and squander it in a foolish medium. So that's what, I know that it was near and dear to my heart. And I'm not going to lie, though. I think if someone has the wrong impression of me, it's hurtful. Mm-hmm. But as you go on, I think, as you know, when you have kids, things change a little bit.
Everything
I think having kids is a huge reset, because you think, well, as long as they're okay, then...
Yep, there's that. And also, I was like, oh, I've met the person. I now know the person that I want to make laugh, and like the only, it's not the only. I like other people in my life, but if there's someone's eyes I want to see light up, it's his, my son, when I get home. So yeah, it does. And all my anxieties are poured into him as well, in a good way, I think.
Yeah.
And also, being a parent's made me dumb. So my thoughts are extremely simple, and they're just kind of on a 20-month-old level. And that has made me 1,000 times happier.
Are you funny to a almost 2-year-old?
Very.
Yeah.
And I am phenomenal at baseball to him. I can hit a baseball far that you wouldn't believe how far I can hit a wiffle ball. He has said things like, whoa, and Dad, I do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do remember, I think it was maybe it was my daughter when she was like 2 or 3 watching me sink some baskets and seeing her face think he's maybe the greatest athlete that's ever lived.
I'm just picturing you bringing her in a stroller to a public court in New York City.
Yeah.
And then you stand at the free throw line taking shot after shot.
I taped, she was in the sun. And there's a little thing that a little hood that you can pull over, but I didn't do it because I thought it would obscure her view of my shots. And the fact that I made 2 out of 11 impressed her, and then she was very sick from heat stroke. Yeah. But the point is, I'm a really good guy.
No, I can't even think past. Yeah, I used to spin out about so many things, and I used to want to be so clever and wanted to be this curated little prick. And I now have nothing in my head except, yeah, Malcolm, do that. All right, yeah. Baseball. He wakes up. He wakes up at 4:50 a.m. Every night when he goes to bed, I go, "What time are you going to wake up?" And he goes, 7, and we both laugh. And then he goes, "Deal." We say deal, and we shake. And then he gets in bed, wakes up at 4:50. I unzip him at 4:50. This happened 2 Wednesdays ago, and he goes, "Baseball!" Immediately, I go, "You want to play?" He goes, "Game." So I take him out. Get him out of his sleep sack. Now he and I are in the front yard, 5:10 a.m. in pajamas and jackets. And I take the ball and I put it on the tee. And he's holding a wiffle ball bat and he goes, 2 bats. So I hand him another bat. Now he has 2. Then I had to buy a third because when we play, he likes 2 bats. So I need mine. I put the ball on and he goes, "Dad, I do." And I go, "Dad, I do." And I smack that wiffle ball so far. And he goes, "Yeah, good job." I go, "Yeah, good job." I put a ball on for him. And I go, "Malcolm, do that." He goes, "Yeah, Malcolm, do that." And he hits the ball, which means he hits his hand holding the bat against the tee and the ball falls off.
Sure.
And I go, "Yeah, good job." He goes, "Yeah, good job. Malcolm, good job." And we're just 2 morons at 5 in the morning. The floodlights are like ring camera lights are going off. It's so early.
The way he's saying baseball makes it sound like he wants to makes it sound like he wants to bet on baseball.
Oh yeah. Like
baseball. Yeah. We bet on baseball.
He came from a time machine to bet on baseball.
Yes, as we all did.
Like a big thing for me now is I used to need so much to feel any kind of happiness in the day. If I see a garbage truck with him now, we're both so psyched. It's like seeing a celebrity. We hide behind a garbage can and we watch it like in awed silence, like we're 2 women who see Courtney Cox at the Grove. We just walk barefoot, still in pajamas and jackets, following the garbage truck, holding wiffle ball bats.
And you look at the thing come out and grab the can. Yeah, I love that.
No one impersonates a garbage truck better than me in my son's eyes.
In your son's eyes.
And he goes, Now, at home, you can yell garbage truck all day long. That's something you yell, like, if you get into water and it's cold. You go, yeah, garbage truck! But when you're following the garbage truck, he and I have never discussed this, but we have a mutual understanding. You do not yell garbage truck at the garbage truck. Like, that would be disrespectful.
Yes. There's an etiquette.
There is some strange unspoken etiquette to garbage
code.
truck. Yeah.
Yes. And he understands that.
Yeah. So I'm a bad interview these days, and I'm not as fun to talk to at parties because everything's so simplified, both loving my son and being on his level.
If this is a bad interview, then I wish all my interviews were just dreadful.
Oh, how kind.
Can't you be real for a second?
I am.
No, that was awful.
No.
That was dreadful what you just did.
That was dreadful.
Thank you. You said it like a horse. That's so kind. I'm going to wrap this up, but I am going to tell you something I've told you before, which is you are a constant source of, I don't know, joy to me anyway.
Thanks, Conan.
I just absolutely love what you do. And I've said this before, I love your mind and your writing and your performing of comedy. And it makes me feel good about things and about the way stuff is headed. And I am so happy for you that you're finding peace and having a good time.
Thanks, man.
With your family. And it's a nice day for me when I get to sit here and trade stupidity with you.
It's a joy for me. Thank you, Conan. You're my absolute hero. So you saying that means more than I can say in words.
Now say it
Let
again.
me say this.
Say it again
truck.
as a horse. All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.